Kia ora and haere mai at Easter Camp. It's good to be here again. Hey, now I know some of you are from the Northland and from the East Cape and from the Waikato and from the Bay of Plenty and from Tamaki Makaurau, yeah? Anybody from Auckland? I thought you fellas were going to be left behind. But to those who have come to Easter Camp for the very first time, I want to say a special welcome. It's so good to have you among us here tonight. Yeah? I hope this camp is really special for you and you make some really cool friends and have some amazing experiences. So, thousands of years ago, I don't know if it was thousands of years ago, a few years ago, there's an old geezer called Socrates. And he said something like this. He said, wisdom begins with wonder. And I like that concept. I like that wisdom begins with wonder because otherwise everything is in wisdom is in the explained and the rationalized and that sort of stuff. So the theme this year is wonder, and I wonder what wonder means. So one description of the word wonder says, a feeling of amazement, of admiration caused by something beautiful, remarkable, and unfamiliar. Awe, reverence, wonder. It's like an awesome combination, eh? When I think about it, there are so many things that I think we can experience in wonder in everyday life. But for me, I'm a nature guy. I love nature. I love getting out of nature. So I want to show you a few of the things that are some of my memories that are those sort of awe memories, right? I love the stars. I love being out of nature. And there's a camp called Hyams Beach. And I know some of you have been to Hyams Beach. Yeah, it's one of my favorite places on the planet, and I go there to look at the stars and to gaze. And this year we took I led a camp there, and there was one couple that had these fancy cameras and all that sort of stuff, and we're looking at the stars, and they're beautiful, they're awesome. But this couple, they took really cool photos, and look at this photo. They captured the wonder that I looked at and bypassed all the time. I just looked at it and it was just stuff. But that is such a favorite memory for me. I'm going to put it in a photo frame and give it to the owners of the land up there. It's awesome. Another stars, while we're on stars, I was in the outback of Australia with some Aboriginal guys, an elder. And he was taking some young Aboriginals through their Dreamtime stories. And we're out in the wilderness, 1,000 k's out into the outback. And I felt very, very privileged to be there. And as he's looking up, he's showing them what the emu looks like, the story of the emu. And can you see an emu in there? Yeah, you can see an emu? For those of you who can't see an emu, or you old fellas, that's what the emu looked like there. And so, it was beautiful to see the stars outside of the city and to be like, oh, wonder. When I was a young fella, I went for my first dive. My brothers, they took off without me. I had to put my snorkels and goggles on. And then when I'm in that dive, I came across this, a massive wall of seaweed. I'm 13 years of age, and I was terrified. And they left me by myself, and I had to bust through this wall of seaweed. Who's ever done that before on a dive? Yeah, it's first time, you are packing bricks. First time, it's really scary. And then when I got through the wall of seaweed, I'm down and there's kina and there's paua and there's crayfish. And I remember coming back, from that dive, sitting on the beach going, wow, there was a whole world just under the water that I didn't even know about. If you've never been diving, you need to get under that water and bust through some seaweed. There's a whole world out there. And then I love the mountains. And so every year, me and my mates go up the mountains. There's some of my mates and my son, some of those old scrubbers over there. And this is a trip to the Kawekas, and we got helicoptered up to the top of the Kawekas. And when we're on the top of the Kawekas, we can see so far. It looks like we can see all of New Zealand. It is so high and it's so clear. And in the background there, you can see Ruapehu and Tongariro, and it's just like beautiful. Now those moments I'm going to share with you, they're just a few of the moments of what the world looks like for me. They are moments that I have found so beautiful that pictures will never be able to capture the beauty of what I experience in those times. They are moments that I say, they have stained my soul. They will never leave. Stain my soul in a good way. They will never leave my memory. And I'm just awestruck by those things. So, when things stain our soul and we look at the universe and we wonder, We get to get poetic a bit, eh? And there's this guy 3,000 years ago, and he looked at the universe, he looked at the mountains, he looked at the sea, he looked at the stars, and this is what he wrote. 3,000 years ago, he wrote this in the ancient scrolls, the Bible. I want you to close your eyes as I read this to you. I look up at your macro skies, dark and enormous, your handmade sky jewelry, moon and stars mounted in their settings. And then I look at my micro self and I wonder, why do you bother with me? Why do you take a second look our way? Yet we've been so narrowly missed being gods, as in made in his image. Bright with Eden's dawn light, you put us in charge of your handcrafted world, repeated to us your Genesis charge. You made us lords of the sheep, the cattle, even the animals out in the wild. Birds flying, fish swimming, whales singing in the ocean depths. God, brilliant Lord, your name echoes around the earth. So that's the big, the out there, the wonder that I see out there. But then, have you ever thought about how amazing the human body is? The human body, I don't know about your body, but the human body is incredibly amazing. Just take, for instance, I'm going to go through a few examples of the human body. You know when you taste something, as you bite into something and it hits your mouth and it just like, it's either sweet, it's sour, it's bitter, and there's all these little taste buds on your tongue. And if you stick them out, they look nasty. But they're kind of there. I know you have, who's ever, put your hand up, if you've ever had a lemon eating competition with your mates? Yeah? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, go, and you peel that lemon and you jam it into your mouth and it's like, and your eyes squint like a gunfighter and your mouth puckers up like a cat's backside. And you're munching on that thing. And I win, all that sort of stuff. How does your mouth know how to do that? How does your mouth know how to squint like that and does it? I don't know. No one ever taught me how to do that. It just does. It's kind of weird, isn't it? And it's nasty. So then, sometimes I hear a song on the radio. You know when that song on the radio comes? It's on the radio and you go, oh, and you go back to the thing, right? They're back to that time. That song takes you back to somewhere that you heard the song. Back to a memory that you were with your friends in a moment. Having fun, having a cry. I don't know what it was. I've got a song that literally, it feels like it transports me back to a time when I heard the song. I can feel the sun on my face. I can hear the music that was playing. I can smell the aromas that I smelt when I heard the song. How does my body do that? I don't know. Then there's other weird things. 3 of the most powerful experiences of my life have been the birth of my children. I'm not allowed to show you any birthing photos here, folks. But they let me show you this one. This is one of my favorite photos. Yeah, cool, eh? And the reason, I mean, they're all big and hairy now, and, you know, I'm all Latin and all this sort of stuff, and they're good. But at this time, this was an age of innocence. This was a time where I looked at my children and thought, how did that happen? How did they get to be like that? You know? And their smiles, and every parent, I think, looks at their kids and they're full of hopes and dreams and they love on them. And I look at this photo and it's just one of innocence and potential and future. Nothing surpasses what I see in the depths of my children's eyes. And it just makes me fall in love with them more and more and more. And I don't know why. They don't get out of bed when I tell them. They've got messy rooms. I don't know why it is the way it is, but my body and my heart just do something, and I can't understand it. And then there's these weird things called fingers. Have you ever stopped to think about your fingerprints? Look at it. It looks like something out of a Spider-Man movie. Like if there were hairs on it, you could climb buildings and stuff. Now, I want you to turn the house lights on, please. What I want you to do now, maybe a little bit intimate, but I want you to look at your finger. Look at your thumbprint. Look at that tread pattern on it. Look how weird that sucker is. Yeah? When's the last time you had a good look at that finger? Now here's what I want you to do, even more weird. I want you to show your finger to somebody else next to you. Yeah? Strange, eh? Here's the deal. Okay, back to me. Here's the deal. No one in the history of the world has ever had a fingerprint like you. No one, since time began, has ever walked the earth that is uniquely made like you. You are pretty special. You are pretty cool. And then there's this other stuff. Do you know that when you think you're alone, might be in the shower, might be in your bedroom, might be going for a walk, you think you're alone, but you are never alone. Do you know why you're never alone? Because your body is being invaded with dust mites and these suckers. Eee. Microbes, bacteria. We've all got them. Don't think that you haven't got them. You think you wash, but you wash and you think that it's just multiplying. You're just washing the dead ones off when you're making space for new ones to come in. Here's the deal. 10 trillion of these suckers live on us. You know, you're not alone. You're never alone. These outnumber you 3-1. Your cells to them. You are carrying 3 times more of them than you have cells in your entire body. And here's the weird thing. There are 1,400 different strands of bacteria that live in your belly button. Ew. Ew. How did they get there? I don't know how they got there. It's disgusting. But here's the thing. In order for me to be who I am and healthy, I need them. Somehow they have something to do with us being well and healthy. And that just weirds me out. That is freaky. And now that I know that, I can't unknow that. And now that you know it, you're never going to forget that. You are not alone. You are never alone. So here's the deal. 3,000 years ago, the same dude was wondering about us and our relationship with God. And this is what he wrote. So close your eyes. I'm going to read it to you. It's from Psalms 139. Oh yes, you shaped me, first inside and then out. You formed me in my mother's womb. I thank you, high God. You are breathtaking, wonderful. Body and soul, I am marvelously made, wonderfully made. I worship and adoration. What a creation. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit, how I was sculptured from nothing to something. Like an open book, you watched me grow from conception of birth, and all the stages of my life were spread out before you. All the days of my life had been prepared, even before I had lived one day. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. You were loved. When you were born, your mother looked into your eyes and she wept over you. She dreamed hopes and dreams over you when you were a baby. You were born out of love. You were known before you came into existence. And we protect the things we love. We protect the things we love. But we're supposed to love is somehow entwined in wonder. You know how it is when you're young? That you are really easily impressed by everything? Remember that? You got this new toy, your mate showed you a new toy and you went, whoa! You know, or this new movie came out and, Mum, Dad, I've got to go and see this. Or something happened in the car, maybe a cow, I don't know, whatever it is. And everything was just like, whoa! Because when you're young, you're in the age that you're just so like, yeah, I can do anything. And sort of so, like if you were me, when I was young, you jumped up on the kitchen table and you pulled your undies up on the outside of your jeans and you put your goggles on and got some manky old towel and tied it around your neck. And I'm Superman. I can do anything I want. I can fly. And what do your mum say? First thing she says is, get off the table. Okay? And then she says, of course you can. Of course you can. Yeah? Because we can do anything when we're young, because we believe that the world is full of possibility and wonder. Everything's like, whoa. But if you're like me, somewhere between 7 and 15, I lost my sense of wonder. And I became quite destructive. I lost my identity in who I was. I didn't know who I was anymore. I wasn't sort of looking at the world through the lenses of wonder, because somehow they had just left me. So here's the problem with that, is that when I lose my sense of wonder, I lose my sense of connectedness with myself, my identity with who I'm supposed to be. And if I don't think I was anything special, then I can act out and be destructive, and I can be harmful. When I am absent from wonder, then everything is just same. And when everything is same, then nothing is special. And if I'm not special, then I will hurt myself, harm myself. But it doesn't stop there. If I don't think that I'm anything special, then I don't think you're anything special. And if you're nothing special, and I can't see the wonder in you, how you were created, how you are amazing, and I just think you are just a thing, then I can treat you like a thing, and I can hurt you. When I'm absent from wonder and everything's the same, then nothing is special. And it doesn't stop there. When I don't know who I am and I am absent and disconnected from wonder, because I'm disconnected from the source of all wonder, then not only will I harm myself and I'll harm you, but I will harm the planet that I live on, that was given to us to nurture. The thing that was supposed to recreate us, it's called recreation. It's not just sport, but to be in recreation. It's supposed to rejuvenate us, our soul. The Japanese have actually got a thing called soul bathing in creation, where they sit in creation and they recreate. They sit in forests because they have worked out that sitting in nature rejuvenates us. It's cool. You see, when we find our place in it, we understand that if we just breathe, and I think that you're wonderful, and I can see my own sense of worth in my Creator, then I can actually start to love myself again. And this is the thing about love. Love, it holds everything together. When we lose our sense of wonder, our soul gradually dies. For me, for you, for the planet, and for our Creator. And there's a disconnect. And it makes our soul sad. You see, God made everything in love. For love. He made you in love. For love. To be people of love. And when we're disconnected from that source of love, we harm each other. I've got a video I want to play, but I was looking for a song to play in this video. And when I think about who I was made to be, a person of love, to a world of love, and I look at the stars and I look at the intricacies of my body and your body and all that sort of stuff, it's just crazy to think that I might actually harm you. It's crazy to think that I might actually harm myself. So in this video, when you look at the amazing art of God and how He has created, there's a song I played over it. And this song is special to me because just recently I was at my mate's house and he had two guys from America just playing a guitar in his backyard. And it was a construction site and there's about 40 of us. And these two guys played this song. And it was amazing. And I thought, this is the song because it's all about love. It's all about love. It's all about love. And so when you watch the video, just listen to the words of the song and think to yourself, how ludicrous it is that we might hurt each other.
Every day we go to war again. We assume we know so much more than them before we hear what they have to say. headline breaks and we start to hate again, or calling them names again. We give our peace away. Well, I hope they see, 'cause I wanna see it. I hope we believe it. I wanna see the love all around you. It's all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you. It's all around you. Day by day, hope fades away again. We know that there is pain within. We cannot medicate. Learn to feel, learn to begin again. We'll open our eyes again to see our brother's pain. Well, I hope they see it, 'cause I wanna see it. I hope we believe it. I wanna see the love all around you. It's all around you. I wanna know that love is all around you. It's all around you. See how it lights you up, lights you up. See how it lights you up, it lights you up. See how it lights you up, it lights you up. I wanna see the love all around you. It's all around you. And I wanna know that love is all around you. It's all around you.
In the ancient scriptures, it's just a story. It's not just a story, but it's an amazing story of a God who wanted to reconcile himself to a world through love, the wonder of love. And the wonder of it all is that he chose to come to earth because of our disconnectedness to ourselves, to each other, to the planet, and to him, to show us the wonder that he created. We're going to talk this weekend through that story, the Easter story. It's an amazing story, and we're going to celebrate the time of Easter together over the next weekend. Our speakers are going to take us through that story over this weekend. And can I encourage you, as we do that, can I encourage you to abandon yourself in his wonder? Can I encourage you to abandon yourself to his wonder? Because my prayer for you is that you abandon yourself to his wonder. Can we do that? Yeah, let's pray. So Lord, you're amazing. Of all the things that my mind just can't comprehend, how we don't get sucked off the face of the planet, how deep the ocean is, how life is just hanging here in a balance and a thread sometimes. It's just so incredible. And to think that you charged us with the task of love with each other and the planet and ourselves, Lord. Lord, I pray that this weekend, that for us who are struggling, that we find peace. For us who are heavy, that you lift our load. For us who desire and are calling out to be known, that you meet us in your mighty name. Bless us over this weekend. Amen. Kia ora, guys.